So obviously your body's gonna do what it's gonna do, but here is what I did to, I think, help prepare. The first thing I started doing was staying active. I know that's easier said than done, especially if you're really sick in your first trimester, but I just did what I could and would like walk on my walking pad. Or I would do a Grow with Joe video on YouTube. By the time I had started feeling real good is when my KBK mommy class started. So I was like 17 weeks. So again, I'm lifting heavy, training. And the last class I took, actually, my labor was already starting. So it was Thursday, the day after my membrane sweep, that I took my very last training class. I was already in labor in that class. Labor was already starting. So honestly, depending how you feel about membrane sweeps, I would get one. So I was 39 weeks when I got the membrane sweep, and I was only 1 centimeter. I started red raspberry leaf tea and doing all the labor induction methods that you could think of. I did them all after my baby shower. So after 37 weeks is when I started doing that. I pumped, collected colostrum, and I definitely had the mindset that I was gonna do it. A part of me did want to try unmedicated, but once I hit 6 centimeters, there was no doubt I was getting the epidural. But I got no medical interventions, as in like labor inducing methods. I got none of them. And my body did everything it was supposed to. Now, my C-section with my first, it was an emergency. I asked for it. So it's not like this was like a redemption type of thing. It was kind of just to say I did both. But I know for a fact, if you had a C-section and you got your VBAC, the redemption you would feel would be insane, because I felt so awesome. The fact that they didn't have to break my water. I lost my mucus plug. I had my bloody show. Like, some people don't even lose their mucus plug. Some people's water, like, doesn't break. You know what I mean? On its own, anyway. But literally, stay active. I think that just has everything to do with it, because in that moment when she mentioned episiotomy, I thought about the pelvic floor exercises that I did in my head. I was like, belly button to spine and push, because really I couldn't feel myself pushing. And he came sliding out. And honestly, you might think pelvic floor, the exercises you're doing are doing nothing. They are doing something. And it was the coolest experience probably ever. Like, you can't tell me nothing. I literally did that. Recovery, they say it's easier than C-section, but again, mine wasn't an emergency, my C-section. So recovery wasn't horrible. It's definitely still hard to walk. You still kind of feel heavy down there. But so far, so good. I did hemorrhage, which was a little scary. And getting a hospital that is on board with you doing a VBAC. Every doctor I talked to was like, I see no reason to induce you, especially if you want a VBAC. The risks increase when we try and induce you. So let's not do that at all. And they didn't have to.